Hello, folks. Welcome to Sammy Speaks. So, this is my seventh episode, and I am so glad that you're still tuning in and still listening to me. Thank you so much for your love and appreciation. Whichever messages you have sent, I might not have replied to all, but yes, I would just acknowledge the fact that your messages keep me motivated. Also, so let's straight get into the sneak peek of today. So today I'm going to be talking to another author. So I don't know whether I've mentioned before or not. If you want a sneak peek into my life, you will get to know a lot of authors. Because for me, conversing with an author is the most enlightening thing. And I think the energy that emanates when two authors bond is something that is really beautiful. And that is why I love conversing with authors, be they debutants, be they well known authors, or just simply somebody who writes a journal. So, yeah. So, instead of wasting much more time on introduction, let's get over to our guest. So, over to you, Nakshatra.
Hi Sammy, what's up? So this is my recording. I'll try to keep it as short as possible so that you don't have to edit it a lot. So let's start. The first question. So please introduce yourself to our audience. So hi everyone. This is Nakshatra Sen. I am an author and I am the owner of a few restaurants in Jaipur. Other than that, I have a luxury blog and I have been into writing since a very long time. Why writing? If you'll ask me, I would say this is one of the most beautiful thing. Like there are very few things which can change human emotion, and writing is one of them. If you're happy, it can make you sad. If you're sad, it can make you happy. So isn't it beautiful? And that is why I got involved into writing. So I have been into writing since a very long time, and my love for writing developed because I used to read a lot of novels. Like the first novel which I read was, I guess, in class 9th, and I read everyone, I read all the famous Indian authors, and I started with romance. Obviously, I guess people start with that, and then one day somebody introduced me to Nicholas Sparks, and I read the Notebook, and oh my god, I fell in love with what a beautiful piece of writing that was. And since then I decided that I would write a book which is not feeding bullshit to Indian audience, because that's what most of the people do here. There's a false positivity towards love in all the major books, which shouldn't be there. People don't want to talk about the main emotions, and they talk about everything else, but not what happens in real life. My first piece of writing which I wrote was a birthday message, I guess, and I used to send these birthday messages to all my friends, which used to be these very long texts, and that's how I got interested into writing. And yeah, I mean, if you want to try out writing, start writing by birthday messages or anniversary messages for your friends, family members. All right, so my book is called I Was in Love Until I Met You, and if you see, it's a little contradictory in the title itself. So the journey of the book has been a little tough. There were ups and there were downs. I was in my college when I was writing the book, and my central idea of writing the book was I wanted to write a book which includes all the emotions of a relationship in a single book. So when we are in a relationship, there are different kind of experiences that we have. There's one form of relationship which is long distance relationship, then there is one-sided relationship, and then there's the myth of perfect one, because we always find someone whom we think this is the perfect person and we should be with this person, and end of the day we don't end up with that person and it haunts us in our life. So I wanted to include all these kind of emotions in my book, and with the reviews, I guess I've been successfully able to do that. But the journey was tough. I remember I used to write till 7 a.m., 8 a.m. in the morning, and then I had college at 9. So I used to get 1 hour of sleep, and I used to straight go to college. And I'd approached a lot of publishers at that time, and I got so much of constructive and destructive both kind of feedbacks from them. And like after I got around 12 rejections, I would say. And after being rejected so many times, I decided at one point, I decided, should I do it or not? But I thought, like, I have really worked hard on this and I want it to be out there. I want people to understand about all these emotions, and that's why I decided. I just kept on working on the book for a long time. Sometimes I used to improve the language, and sometimes I improve the storyline, and I keep on redoing it. And finally I found one publisher who agreed to do it, and our ideas matched a lot, and they helped me so much with the promotions and everything as well. And I guess one of the greatest gift that I got was during this lockdown, when Amazon decided to make the book free for a week in the lockdown period, and it got downloaded so many times that the ranking was number 27 in the field of romance, and that was the moment for me. Considering the stereotype that females are better at expression, how do you guys manage to make big in this industry? Very interesting question, I would say. And I totally agree with the fact that women are way better at expressing emotion. But making a book successful involves a lot of factors, I guess. And marketing is one of them. And I guess a lot of authors miss out on that, because when we write a book, our job is to write a book, just the book, and we don't consider that marketing is also our job only. And it's not like now that we have written a masterpiece, it will automatically reach to everyone. And this is one thing which I have seen when I interact with young authors. They just have this thing that now that I've written this masterpiece, it will automatically reach to everyone. It doesn't happen that like that. And I guess men or women, in any way, you have to market your book really well. So that is one thing which everyone should learn if they are writing a book. It's very important to market it as well, in a very soothing way in which it can reach out to your audience, your prospective audience. So yeah. And there's one way in which men and women can both win together, and that is by collaborating. And that is what I am doing for my future projects. I am collaborating with two very knowledgeable women, and my next book will be about human dynamics, understanding people, understanding why we do what we do, and about depression and how can we deal with it in a good way. Would you narrate a passage from the book? Surely, I would love to do that, and I would actually narrate the first passage of my book. It starts with a dream, so the chapter is called The Dream. It goes something like this. Smiling. She was smiling, with those cute little dimples adding to her adorable charm. The sparkle in her eyes could put the moonlight to shame. I woke her up with a soft kiss, and I whispered in her ears, Noor, you look alluring when you smile. Suddenly, a little glimpse of sunrise fell on my eyes, disrupting the beautiful moments, the beautiful time that I was enjoying, and I woke up. I woke up and stayed in bed for 10 minutes, thinking about the beautiful memories I had with Noor. I could not control the smile those memories brought with. I couldn't have asked for a better way to wake up, having a dream of my ex after such a long time. I kept smiling like an idiot until I realized that I had to catch a flight for Bangalore. Yes, it was Nisha's wedding. Nisha was the kind of girl who had a good bond with everyone, so almost all our batchmates were expected to attend her wedding. It was going to be a reunion for all of us. I got ready in a few minutes, tucked the wedding suit to my shoulder, put my headphones in, and left for the airport. It was still dawn when I stepped out of the cab and walked towards the entry gate of the Delhi airport. The early morning February air was pleasantly cold. The first thing I did after reaching the airport was calling Hardik, my best friend from college, and I started walking towards the check-in gate. I asked him, "Where are you?" "I'm not coming," he declared. "What? What will I be doing alone at the wedding? It's going to be boring with all those people around me." "But you said you're going to come." "I won't be able to come, I told you." I hung up the phone and I waited in the queue. I noticed someone familiar standing two places right ahead of me. I easily recognized that fragrance. The long black hair, the height. I'd seen it before, and I was almost sure it was her. Curiosity had my eyes glued to her, and I found myself asking if it was possible. That small morning fluke can't possibly be true. And then, some 60 odd seconds later, when she turned, she proved me right. My beautiful ex girlfriend stood two places ahead of me in that queue. We had never met after the college farewell. She passed the check in. Of course, no one would stop such a beautiful woman. I stood in the back and waited for my turn. I was wearing a white shirt with my headphones curled up to my ears, quietly firm. I noticed she was sitting right there, and I pretended as if I did not see her and started looking for my seat. Turned out that she was just 4 rows ahead of me. I looked straight, still in shock. I casually looked back just to confirm if it was her. I pretended to look straight ahead. She started walking towards me, and my heartbeat started beating faster than it ever had. It was beating as if it was my last breath. It was pounding with the heartbeat of a newly married couple trying to have sex for the first time. In this mess, I took Khalid Hosseini's The Kite Runner and pretended to read it. "Oh, Vivan, I thought it's you. How have you been?" "Hi, Noor. I've been good." "Good to know. Well, where are you heading?" "I'm going to Nisha's wedding." "Me too, I forgot that you knew her." "Yeah, we were good friends in college." "She's the sweetest. How are you?" "Good. I'm good." "Well, I called you a few times, wrote to you as well, never heard back." Yeah, yeah, sorry about that. I just, got kind of busy, and my pitch went up in tandem with the lie. "I read your book, it was good. Recommend it to my colleagues at work as well." "When is the next book coming?" "Well, I'm glad you liked my project. Maybe soon. It's long-term pending project." "Why don't you exchange your seat and sit with me?" She looked at what I was reading and how I was holding it and asked in the tone in which she always gets a positive response. "The Kite Runner. Well, that seems like a nice book." "Yes, it is." "Well, I don't want to bother you." "Bother me? You were my ex-girlfriend. We were in a relationship for the entire college time. All the memories started to play in my mind." No, 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 you're not bothering me. Come, let's go, let's sit together." And this is it. This is like the first few. That's how the book starts. It's a little dramatic, and there's so many things in the book. Noor is the central character, and she's like this perfect woman. She's 11 on 10. Vivan is in love with the way Noor carries her handbag, and Vivan loves her so much. And then there's Kavya, and there's Niharika. So there are so many characters in the book, and I'm very sure you're going to love it. So if you have not read the book, you should read it. It's called I Was in Love Until I Met You. So yeah, I hope all of you will read the book, and please subscribe to the podcast if you have not. I mean, Sammy is doing such a great job here, and I would like to thank you so much once again, Sammy, for inviting me to your beautiful podcast. And I guess everyone, whosoever is listening, you need to follow her because she's creating very nice content every week, and she's doing a lot of hard work. So yeah, thank you so much, Sammy, and bye bye. Let's hope we'll meet in another podcast really soon. Bye bye.
So, folks, that was about it. So, Nakshatra, we had a really great time listening to your recording. The reason why I didn't edit my questions and I didn't put in questions is because the flow of the recording, flow of Nakshatra's speech was so well planned, and it was done so smoothly that I didn't want to tamper with the recording. So yes, thank you so much, Nakshatra, for agreeing to this and adding to my podcast. So I really hope people read your book and appreciate it the way you want it to be appreciated. So yeah, that's about it, guys. I hope you had fun listening. We'll meet next Thursday now. So that's all for today. Stay tuned for more episodes. This is Samin Khan signing off.